Hello, back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another England's Euro 2022 live watch on. This is match day 2 for England as well. So this is literally going to be because of earlier results today. If England were to win tonight, but they would all but be qualified for the next round, respectively, because all they've got to play is Northern Ireland and North London now out. But yeah, this is joined by Andrew as well. How you doing?
Yeah, all right, mate. Not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. How you doing?
Melting today, melting.
I know. I've just locked all my doors and windows. Just sat in front of the fan all most of the afternoon in the house. So yeah, I know. Bloody hot, isn't it? It's going to be. I've just seen the BBC News and that. Apparently, it could be over 40 degrees at the weekend.
Yeah, apparently, and was it about 3 hours ago? The Met Police issued a warning, and basically with the weather, that it's not going to get colder either at night. It's going to maintain its heat throughout the night.
I don't think it was a Met Police. I think it was a Met Office, mate.
Met Office, that's it. Sorry. It's not what I'm saying. It's that draining today. I'm just there.
I know.
But also, another thing today as well is that the game is not at Old Trafford. It's at Brighton today, the Amex Arena. Pretty much, there's just showing images now on the screen. 3 Gooners on the yay!
Even better. I know, yeah. What are you watching on? The actual BBC One or the iPlayer?
BBC One itself, yeah.
Yeah, I'll change mine. I'll change mine because I'm watching it on the iPlayer.
Yeah, we've got the Arsenal manager, women's manager, Jonas, Alex Scott, Righty, and then the presenter. I think it's Gabby, I think it was. I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention. But if anyone that doesn't know, basically this is the lineup is on the screen. It's the exact same 11 from the other night. The same starting 11. Beth Mead, the goal scorer, starting. Leah Williamson, from an Arsenal perspective as well, starting. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't know as well, since the last game, Lottie Wilbermore's had to go into self-isolation because she's contracted COVID-19. So she's now got to self-isolate until she's...
But she's been sent home, isn't she? So she's still part of the squad.
Yeah, it's like with was it Ellen White before the tournament got sent home, and soon if she gets the all cleared while they're still in the tournament, she can come back.
Yeah. But yeah, the only thing about the lineup I'd like different is Ellen White to be out and Russo to be starting. She's much more lively and much more of a live wire up front. I don't think Ellen White's in form at all, and she's hardly played for Man City this season.
What is the thing? What was it? All the build it took. I'm not flicking between Sky and all that. And they're doing a Euro watch and all that. And Karen Carney, ex-Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, and all that, basically London mercenary, basically. She was saying, I'll start with Ellen White because he's a goal scorer. He's a big game player. And I'm just like, well, big game last week, so he didn't turn up in. Beth Mead did and scored. And as you say, in general, our form this season at Man City has been really below par compared to our own standards.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one for me is Frank Kirby. I haven't seen Frank Kirby have a good game for a long time, really. I prefer, at the moment on form, I'd rather have Ellen Toone instead of her as well. But anyway, either way, after watching Norway in the first game, we're in for a really, really tough game. We're going to have to be on our absolute top form to beat them today. After watching Norway, I thought we're not. And then obviously previously the England first game against Austria, I thought I can't see England beating this lot. They were so good. Their movement off the ball, the pace, really, really good. But obviously, in previous games, England have been playing really, really well. So we just need to get back to that level. Otherwise, because we're in for a tough night, I think.
Well, everyone knows, I was doing the stream and I was watching the game like you say against Austria, and the first half hour until we scored, you could see, you could tell and see the nerves in the players. Not every single player. The nerves of being one of the favourites, if not the favourites of the tournament, but also host nation, opening night. It's like they were playing on theirs. They didn't want to overdo it and risk an upset. And even when we scored it, still certain players were on handbrake. I mean, the main one for me was Lauren Hemp, a great player this season as well from City. Don't get me wrong. On the other night, on Friday or Thursday, whenever it was, she was. It wasn't the Lauren Hemp we know and come to sort of as a rival loathe sometimes when we come against Arsenal and City, but. You know what I'm saying? It's like it wasn't the same standard, and it was like she was constantly making mistakes. When she did get the ball, she would either hold onto the ball too long and run into a defender, or she'll make the wrong pass.
Yeah,
it was bizarre for me to see her finish a game, and yet Beth Mead was subbed off.
I know. Beth Mead was our best player on the day, and even though Williamson I think she made one mistake passing out to the back, and didn't cost us, but. Norway just didn't make many mistakes at all. They were really, really good and clinical, and they could have scored. They could have scored at least double what they did on the day.
And let's be honest as well with the group as well. This is always built to be our toughest game. The other two should be walkovers for us, but we made hard work on another night. And
Austria impressed me, to be honest. I think they were semi-finalists in the last one, weren't they? In 2017. So they, I think we wrongly underestimated them in the first game. That's for sure.
I get that.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm sure.
I think a
lot of the fans did.
Yeah, so I think the main reason why maybe we did that is because since Serena's come in, with the England women's team's been literally on fire. A majority of the games were scoring double-figure goals in the game. I think after a year, not even a year of that, like 10 months to that, you become accustomed to it. Maybe took the seeing it on a consistent basis and against some decent teams along the way, along some part-time teams as well. It sort of the arrogance got to us, maybe. That was a bit of a down to earth, but also you could tell, as I say, the opening night and being the favourites and all that. So you could tell the pressure was the players are playing with that fear. Which was a bit
definitely. So I really hope for a much better performance because we really need it today.
Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm liking this. Literally, obviously, it was a sellout Old Trafford. It looks like to be a sellout at Brighton as well. We've mentioned it before in terms of how the likes of Arsenal and the WSL in general address these sort of games at the big stadiums, like the Emirates, Old Trafford, throughout the season for the clubs and all that. They're clearly missing a trick when the demand's clearly there. I know it's international football, but it's still the demand's clearly there for the women's game, and it's just not being marketed right by the WSL and the respective clubs. When it goes to them games where it's at like Anfield, the Emirates, that crap bowl down the lane, they're not getting marketed. They're not getting the numbers in that we're seeing already in this tournament.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've listened or watched the documentary about what's next for women's football. That's really, really good. It's available on Spotify and everything on the BBC BBC Football Daily feed.
Yeah.
And it's really, really good. And basically, I think they know about all this, and they are trying to do it in a much more sustainable way of growing the game, rather than just because in the past, and even in America, they tried to grow it much too fast, and it ended up collapsing. And they just want to sort of make this right steps and sort of grow it so it's sustainable moving forward in the future. So hopefully that we will get there one day. And because it has been a bit disappointing that some of the games have been half full, the stadiums, but I don't know. I suppose at this stage in its evolution, I suppose it's not quite there yet. But I'm sure by if you look at it, if it carries on in the right way that it has been doing, in 4 years' time, when it's the next Euros, we'll see it grow even more. And it'll get even bigger. Then we'll be seeing packed out stadiums because it deserves it, and it's growing. The quality is just growing all the time. I don't know whether you watched the France game yesterday. They were fantastic. They were probably the best team I've seen so far, personally. They've got so much power and pace up front and running from midfield. It was just frightening. Um, and like I said, England have to be on absolute top form to get anywhere in this tournament because there's been some really, really good performances already. Germany again. I didn't see the game, I've only seen the highlights, but Germany looked really, really strong. They are being underestimated, in my opinion. They could go all the way, as far as I'm concerned. And France have always consistently underperformed in these tournaments, and it's time for them to get better because they've got one of the best squads in the entire competition. Obviously, you look at the teams they've got like Leon players to call from, and I think they've never got beyond the quarterfinals so far, which is staggering. I couldn't believe it when I heard that, really. But they're due a real good run in this tournament as well. But England could be there. England are one of the best teams in the tournament. We just haven't shown it yet. We just need to show it tonight. Put a stamp on the ground today.
Big up everyone in the chat. Got Vidri, Grass, got Gary in the chat, got Colonel in the chat. Apparently you're saying that Cybermen, apparently. I don't see it. I can't even mind. It's fine. So.
No, I think it's because of my headphones.
Well, it could be that.
Yeah, I couldn't because I've got the dog running around. I couldn't trail all the leads.
All the leads and all that. Yeah.
So I really hope my Wi-Fi stands up, even though it's supposed to be really, really fast. I always have trouble with it when I'm doing this. So I'm not on my Ethernet cable today, and I didn't want to drag the other things out with all the. So I'm just my mic and everything is just going through my headphones today. So fingers crossed it's all right.
Also, you mentioned about other teams at contention. I mean, Sweden, you've got Spain, not Spain, Sweden, Sweden, Spain, Holland as well. I mean, if this had taken
Denmark, Norway, Germany.
If this had taken place when it was meant to last year, instead of because of COVID, everything had fallen out of place basically. Because obviously, the plan was for Serena to stay at Holland until after this tournament had been played last year. But obviously that couldn't happen, so she's now with England instead for the tournament. If she'd been there, I had a strong feeling that Holland were going to win this if it happened last year. But it's interesting. There's a lot of top teams in this tournament. It shouldn't be seen as a foregone conclusion just because we're hosting it. It's going to be one step better than what the men did last year.
No, definitely not. This at the moment, I don't put us down as favourites at all. I don't think, even though we're on home soil, I don't think we're the best team at the moment. But that can change because we have got the quality to be the best team. But at the moment, I'm doubtful. That's all I'm going to say.
You've got Sam. There's always one that has to ruin it, isn't there, in the chat? It says, come on, Norway. 2 of the best players in the world play for Norway.
Well, he ain't wrong, is he? He ain't wrong.
Oh, dude.
But we've got Super Beth Mead.
Yeah, we've got Beth Mead, Super Beth. We've got Leah Williamson. Even Nikita can come on and do something, hopefully, at one point. Maybe. It's not an Arsenal kit, so she might be able to do something.
She ain't Arsenal anymore, thank God.
Or is it official yet that that's done? Or is it still... Or is it officially done now? At least we've got something for it, price-wise. It wasn't I am getting concerned.
What did I say? Right from the word go, I said, this is another Willian signing, and it turned out to be, didn't it? She was terrible for us.
Out of it.
Yeah.
I am getting concerned about the women's team in terms of, apart from the renewal contracts to lots of Vivian, Miedemar and a few others, Steph Catley and all that, as I say, a few others.
kicked off.
We've lost Lydia today as well. Lydia Williams, the backup goalkeeper. We haven't signed though. We haven't, in terms of bringing players in. We haven't actually signed no one yet, so I'm getting very concerned.
Yeah, I know. Their season doesn't start until September, so
yeah.
I've plenty of time for that. But I'm on 26, 27, 28 seconds. What are you?
You're literally in sync of me, so yeah, we're all good.
Good.
Oh dear. Yeah, we are underway, guys. Sorry about that, but yeah, I just want to get that one for chest because I am getting very concerned on that side of things. Compared to last year, we got all our business done straight away, pretty much. Yeah, it's just it was a shame that Nikita never worked out into Arsenal because obviously
definitely.
as a player there, it's just she was so wasteful. Not only scored one, for some of her talent, she only scored one goal in the league all season, and that's from the penalty spot. If she never got, if she doesn't score that penalty on the second game to the end of the season, that's another thing. It was the second game to the end of the season.
Yeah, no, it's pointless. The game was already won at that point as well.
Yeah.
They gave it to her out of sympathy.
Yeah, just to get over that fucking 50, putting on a 50 mark. Oh dear, it is what it is. Anyway, Ricky Vidvi's asking, any thoughts on Northern Ireland's first female tournament qualifications? Well, for a part-time team, they ain't got thumped, have they? So.
Exactly. I mean, it's to be expected, really. I mean, I hate to say it, but they are the worst team I've seen in the tournament. But like I said, it's to be expected. It's their first ever tournament. It's very, very much in its infancy, the Northern Irish team and football there in general. So hopefully they can just learn from this experience and inspire a few youngsters to get into the game and grow the game. I'm not, I'm not going to be down on them. I was really hoping for them today, but like I say, they only lost 2-0, and it was only the second goal in the second to last minute or something of normal time. So
at the end, basically, yeah.
So yeah, fair play to them.
That's the thing. As a part-time team, first tournament in their history as a female international team. As I say, they haven't been thumped, and they're given these teams. They gave Norway a run for their money in terms of they didn't just give up and go, okay, no, what, you just score goals galore, basically. And then today they're playing Austria. Had a big going by what I saw as well. Majority of the crowd was Northern Ireland fans or supporting getting beyond Northern Ireland. And they roasted, in terms of actual performance-wise, they rose to the occasions. Just couldn't get that ball in there. I think the next step for them now, in terms of their players, is literally start getting them into the professional leagues, either in the UK or around Europe.
Yeah, definitely.
And then if they qualify again, you'll see improvement then on that team.
The thing they could take heart from, and I don't know what their manager said, was against Norway, although they were massively inferior, they drew the last 60 minutes of the game, which sounds so crazy, sounds stupid to say, but it is a really good thing to do because their heads could have dropped and they could have got absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
9-10-0. I'm not even joking. It was that much of a deficit, but they didn't. They stuck at it, and they battled hard. They worked hard. Although there was a class gulf, they matched them with their sort of endeavour, on the pitch. So they can take a lot of heart from that. And they scored their first ever tournament goal, which is great.
Yeah, and also I do want to say, by the way, congratulations to Jack Wilshere, who's now officially, as we're about to go, been announced our under-18 youth manager.
That's great news. I mean, imagine the inspiration the kids are going to get from him. They're going to be working under him.
Well, the thing, I think I was saying to you, I think the fact that he has actually been in their shoes, he's come through that exact academy. He knows what it is to be in their shoes, and now know that. So they know if he's given tough love, it's because he got it himself, and he knows it works.
Yeah.
But I think it's good for him as well. It's obviously just retired. Obviously, he clearly wants to go into that. He wants to go and stay in football and give back to the sport that obviously done something for him. Obviously, it could have been a lot more if we went through injuries. Again, if he had all them injuries, he would have still. I think he would have finished. He would have been at Arsenal to his dying breath. Basically, it's just that the constant injuries non-stop. It just doesn't. I think the bad timing for him was that literally the end of his contract at Arsenal, Unai was coming in, and basically used him and a couple of others like Santi Cazorla as an example, basically.
That really annoys me, actually, the fact that he told Jack that he got no future here at all.
And Santi as well, yeah.
Yeah, and Santi, obviously. That's way more important to the club than Unai Emery. I'm not even joking. Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, no. And that's what I'm saying.
I feel so sorry for him.
Yeah. No, I say, even if he hadn't had a winning, for me, if he hadn't had all them injuries, and Wenger still obviously left when he did into Jack's contract, I think Jack would have had a contract before Wenger even made that announcement. So that wouldn't have been a problem. I think it would have still been here until he decided to take sang the boots up, basically.
He's openly said, "I wish it was the worst decision I've made to leave Arsenal."
Yeah,
he would have been better off being, a squad player at Arsenal than moving on and trying to get first in football elsewhere. Definitely, even if he just got a handful of games a season.
I think what really done him over was near the end of his time at West Ham when David Moyes came in for the second spell. And 6 months later, obviously, they released that, cancelled his contract and all that. And David Moyes basically come out and said he was always injured, and Jackson going into publicly, they're both going back and forward, calling each other liars. Jack saying, "No, I've been fit since January. He just doesn't want to pick me." And then obviously, he had 6 months out, and he was at Bournemouth. And I think with Bournemouth, that was good for him in one sense, going back to Bournemouth, because he went back, he got some first-team football. I know it's championship level, but he got first-team football. He's playing week in, week out. So got some good goals, maintaining his fitness, wasn't getting injured. Got a few assists along the way as well. Was instrumental in getting them promoted. And I think, I can't really speak for him, but it just seems like he thought maybe that would be enough to prove Premier League clubs to come in for him. And he's sort of backfired.
I just think his name's been sullied across, because obviously it's a close-knit community between managers and all that. And I just think his name's been sullied across the board, because it looks to me as if he's been perfectly fine and fit the last couple of seasons, but no one's given him a chance.
No.
So, when he was at Aarhus for the last 6 months, there was no reports of injuries whatsoever, was there? No reports of injuries, like you said, at Bournemouth. He completely flatly denied the fact that he was injured at West Ham, as you've already mentioned. So, it's a crying shame that he's at 30 when he should be still in his prime, really.
Yeah.
He's had to retire, but I really wish him good luck. It comes across, whenever he's interviewed on TV, he's being used as a analyst on TV and stuff. He comes across really well, speaks really well about the game. Yeah. So hopefully that will come across in his managerial style as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think again, looking back to the first half of last season when he came back to us to do training and all that, he was spending a lot of time back then when we had coaches, obviously a head coach at 18 and on the 21 level. He was spending a lot of time travelling with the youth teams for their matches and watching over them games, wasn't he? So, do you ever think?
Penalty.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
I don't know about that. I will be honest.
That looked like another sloppy touch from Ellen White.
Yeah, it did, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure, but I need to watch a replay of this.
Yeah,
VAR is
yeah,
in play, by the way, if anyone was watching. But England, Norway been a better team so far in the opening exchanges in terms of having most of the ball. I don't know.
that's a
No, I don't know
dive.
about that. That's a bit
That's a
soft.
dive.
She's got the contact and gone.
She got a little kick there, but she stayed on her feet and then threw herself on the floor.
Yeah. I think if VAR really look at that, that could be overturned. The fact
I
that she's
think it will
waited
be.
to go over.
I'll be amazed if that stays.
Is it Georgia Stanway as well, standing over this?
I thought it was Beth Mead. Oh, yeah, it's Stanway.
Who's gone to Bayern Munich? You'd think of Ellen White as well. Again, the reputation she has, she's a striker. That's her forte as well, penalties. She'll be straight in there. Why is she not straight in there going, oh, this is mine? Why is she letting, with all due respect, Georgia take the pen? It's standing, by the way. The pen is standing, so there's a chance if Georgia Stanway just gone to Bayern Munich.
I'm not being funny, but that is really lucky, that penalty.
Yeah, it is. It's so soft. And that's
Really
coming from us
lucky.
both fingers, so there's no bias there.
Fully stupid.
Pen, good pen. Well done, Georgia. Well done.
Really good pen.
Yeah, high out of the keeper's reach. Unless the keeper literally was a bit tall. If the keeper was a bit taller and then a bit more spring in the jump, maybe got a finger, but that's still going in. Some good power behind that as well.
Yeah, I mean, quite apart from the fact that I don't think she's in form or anything at the moment, Ellen White, I just don't like her. I just don't like her face. She's got this. She's one of the chewing gum type of people as well. Her eyes are always quite wide. She's always like she's posing for the cameras all the time when she's playing. I don't know. I just take a dislike to her, but the scoring record is obviously brilliant for England, but I don't think she's done it quickly. I don't think she deserves a place at the moment. Yeah, I think she's there on reputation. But she's conned the ref there. She's got us a pen, so can't.
Well, Sam is not happy in the chat. By the way, I'm just saying he's not happy.
So, I don't know how I'm really saying that's a clear pen. I just don't. That's not.
No.
She stayed on her feet after the kick already, and then she realised she'd been kicked and threw herself on the floor.
But it was like 2-3 second delay though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
There's VAR in this tournament. Why was VAR not looking at it and going, hang on, you've been kicked. It's 2 seconds.
She realised she wasn't going to get the ball and threw herself on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not denying she was kicked, but that wasn't enough to take her down because she stayed on her feet initially. Yeah. So, anyway.
If she'd been kicked and gone down straight away, there's a more of an argument that it is a pen because she's gone down straight away. She's made a meal of it maybe, but she's still gone down straight away. It's more she was kicked, as you say, and then she's waited for the ball to go flying elsewhere and then gone, actually, you know what, quickly, why, hey, and conned the ref and conned VAR. I can't believe I'm actually shocked by that. But
I think they must have given it because she was kicked, but like I said, it's blatantly obvious it wasn't a hard enough kick to take her down because it didn't take it.
That's what I'm saying. If it's based on that, then surely their common sense will come into play in the sense of that she's been kicked, but she doesn't go down until 2 seconds later. It's not like she was kicked and went down straight away. Go on.
Where was Ellen White?
Where's Ellen White?
Exactly my point. That is where she should be. She was like 2 yards behind the play again. 2 yards behind the play again, she was. She's supposed to be like a poacher.
I think she's Nikita Paris in disguise.
Seems like she's Emerald Heskey in disguise, to be honest.
I've got a question from Gary in the chat, by the way. I've been up for a while now. He says, I don't know about you guys, but when he sees Edu isn't grilling or wearing his blue shirt, 2-0.
No, offside, I think.
Offside. And again, it wasn't even to put the ball in. It was on him this time, put the ball in there. It will be checked just to make sure, obviously.
Hopefully that'll give her a bit of impetus now. Even though it was disallowed, it might give her a bit of confidence.
Look.
Is Beth Mead heavily involved again?
Yeah, as per usual. Would have had this. Oh, she's on.
Oh, she's onside. That should be
on. That's a goal.
Yeah, it's a goal. That will be overturned.
What's going on? They've got to give that. Come on. They're checking it. They are checking it. They've got to be given. That's on.
Yeah, that'll be given.
Playing her on.
That's Beth Mead again. She really played a big role in the first goal and that goal. Assisted that one beautifully. That's got to be given.
I'll come back to your question later on, Gary.
Yeah, it's goal.
Goal given,
Goal.
yeah.
Get in.
Owen Hemp with a goal. After I criticised her for the first game, she's turned up today, unlike Ellen.
She is our best player, I believe. And she's, in the last 10 or so games at least, she's been outstanding. She didn't, like I totally agree, she didn't turn up in the first game. So that should hopefully do her the world of good. I literally, this is exactly what we needed. We needed this. We can't let this slip now. Maybe she was stepped on, does that say? I haven't got my glasses on. No chance was she stepped on. She's got a light kick on the ankle.
Just winding up Sam now in the chat. I'm watching them both back and forth now.
Yeah.
Norway are not good at the back, are they? I think no, clearly not.
They were though. They have been. I mean, this is brilliant. I just hope we can keep this up now, because this is the sort of result that will really, really kick us on.
Well, we win today. We're qualified because of results that have gone in the first couple of games with us. Obviously, Austria lost, won today.
We've got our tail up now.
No,
we're properly going for it now. We've got our tail up.
Go on.
This is much more like it. This is the England we all like.
Go on.
Oh, brilliant. Unlucky.
Well done. That's Lauren Hemp again.
I feel like England are playing like Arsenal were playing with Lacazette without a striker. There's no point in being on the pitch. That's how I feel about Ellen White at the moment. She's not making those near post runs like Lacazette wasn't either. And she's not there when the ball comes in. That's her job. That's where she should be. And she's not. She's always 2 yards behind the play. Just, hope she proves me wrong and scores.
Got corner. Obviously, this is like Leah Williams and Millie Bright territory. Mead would take the corner, but this is like Millie Bright, Leah Williamson territory. This is that Hemp. That's right.
Hemp, yeah.
Yeah, but fucking Ellen. I think Ellen put her off by when
herself on the floor again, trying to do a header.
Yeah,
completely missing it.
I think that puts. I think again, that puts Hemp off a bit because he's not expecting to come to her then.
Yeah.
If obviously, unless Ellen White ducks, and then she's got more awareness. It's coming to her. She can put it. It goes in 3-0.
I mean, to go on and win the tournament, we need her to be scoring. So I really, really hope that she comes good. I'm not writing her off completely. I'm just saying this is how she's playing at the moment, and she has been playing for quite a while. And I think she's rusty because, how many games did she play for Man City last season? I can't remember her playing RB at all. I mean, she's coming on as a sub every now and then, but that's not going to do her much good.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think again, we're not trying to dig at Ellen White here, but again, personally, for me, who've watched the WSL all season, even as a neutral, Ellen White ain't done nothing to get in the squad, let alone start in the starting 11. Apart from her experience, maybe. Apart from that, she shouldn't have been this 11. Someone like Ella Toone, who's been scoring week in, week out for United, who finished below City, by the way, I think is a better option.
I think Russo is a better striker. Ella Toone is more of an attacking midfielder, and I think
but you know what I'm saying. It makes more sense for them to be starting ahead of someone like Ellen at the moment. You base it on form.
And Fran Kirby, I don't think she's good enough at the moment.
The irony is Fran Kirby. I think the game I've seen where she was on it last season was the first FA Cup final back in December. For the first few minutes. Apart from that,
yeah,
obviously
we made all of them look good on that
the games, not in terms of playing, but you wouldn't. They would put it this way: if Van Kirby had been injured last season, Chelsea wouldn't have missed her because of how strong they were in that department anyway.
Oh,
What
God, that
defence.
was,
Well
we're lucky
done.
that was a bad touch there. That was
Yeah, 4 from Norway in the end.
a good bit of play. Really lucky she missed it, that one. She had so much time. Look at that.
Good all space as well. It's literally, because of the ball watching there, it's had so much space, but as you say, bring it down and then have a shot and all that, get a shot off. But she just I think she panicked. I mean, Ellen White's got away one there. Almost gave away a pen.
Yeah, I mean, you see her on the screen there chewing. Like she's posing, walking around posing, chewing gum. That's why she annoys me.
But, oh my God, what was that? Who was that gave it away there? Was that Frank? Was that Fran or was it number 4?
Yeah, I think it's Fran.
That wasn't Fran. I take it away from Fran. Who was that? The sloppy.
No, it's Kira Walsh. Kira Walsh, sorry.
Yeah. So sloppy. Didn't need to be that sloppy, to be honest.
No. Well, honestly, the midfield's missing Jordan Nobbs. It's a real shame. She's the unluckiest footballer there's ever been, I think. She misses every tournament for one reason or another, didn't she, for injury?
Yeah.
She's missed the last 2 tournaments.
Yeah, but I say, how many World Cup Euros has she missed in her career due to injuries? He always seems to get these injuries at the last knocking of the season. It takes her out for months.
Yeah, I know.
Again, I feel it makes it even worse this time. She's just got back into not just back into the squad for England, but she was a starter as well under Serena when she got back into the squad. So clearly, she saw something there, and I think, as you say, if she wasn't injured, her and Nia midfield would have been the partnership probably, and it would have obviously with Jordan being the experienced player that she is, it would have worked a lot better than what we have got, with all due respect. But it is what it is. Yeah. I feel sorry for her. Hopefully, but when's the World Cup's next year, isn't it, for the women? I think.
It should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, because this is going to be
delayed. Yeah.
So hopefully, if she can have another consistent season, and B then go on. She's gone. She's gone.
That's not good.
Either winded herself or she's pulled a muscle, one of the two.
I didn't see what happened there. I just saw her fly over into the floor.
Gary's put in the chat. If Millie Bright has to track back to catch up with the ball, England is in trouble. And this is the thing that comes into good gameplay and game management for the player itself.
Yeah, that's why they got Leah, for the pace. She's got a lot more pace than Millie Bright. But Millie Bright, I totally agree. She struggles with pace and getting back, tracking back. She's an excellent last sort of line of defender, penalty box defender. She really is. The ball is like attracted to her head like a magnet all the time. And last-ditch tackles, headers, she's fantastic. But yeah, she'll always get beaten for pace by pacey forwards. Definitely. But luckily we've got Leah for that. She's quick.
Yeah, Leah can track back if she has to, sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Ridgey again in the chat saying Norway must be regretting not starting Frida Manor. I thought Frida would have started as well myself.
She started the first game, didn't she?
Yeah. She plays in England, and some of her teammates are playing for it, so she knows the strengths and weaknesses, and knows in terms of rival-wise, the WSL English players, what their weaknesses are. You'd think that obviously, as you say, she'll be playing. She'll start at least. 60
Well, we were discussing the other day, though. In this modern day football, it's not so important about starting games. It's about just getting the minutes and whether you're going to be starting the game or ending the game. I'm sure she'll have a part to play, whether it's last half hour.
As a neutral and as a gunner, respectively, you'd like to think so, because as we know, she is a quality player to have in your armoury and all that.
Mm.
One sec. Oh,
Yeah,
bloody hell. Oh God, Mr. Bungle's now joined us for a debate apparently, and the debate this week was McDonald's or Burger King this time.
That's for Sunday, mate. That's for Sunday. That's not for a watch along tonight. We've got to save those sorts of good
We're
ones.
saving that for this Sunday afternoon, Sunday tea time stream, Mr. Bungle. Our weekly Q&A.
Honestly, if we can get another goal or so, this will be a proper statement for the tournament from England, because Norway are certainly no mugs. They're a really good side. So.
Norway have known for their attack.
Oh God! Look at her. Look, posing again. I rest my case. She knows the cameras are on her, and she does all these stupid faces, thinking, "Oh, look at me! I'm trying so hard."
What's it, mate?
Stick it in the net. That's what you're there for.
Literally, as I say, missed opportunity, fall to the ground, and just turned, and as it happens, the camera's on, and she's like, come on, let's get up, thank the person for watching the ball, your teammate, apologise for missing the chance or whatever, and get on with it. So far, it's turned out to be a watch along where we're digging out England strikers.
Yeah, she just winds me up, mate. Honestly, there's something about her I just don't like. She does remind me of like the female Harry Kane, but more easy. Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Oh, did you see that today? Actually, what was it? Pictures. I was watching it again on Sky, not long after talking about the Euros and all that. It was like their first day in camp over in their tour. I think it's South Korea or something like that, or North. I think it's South Korea. Where's Son from? It's South Korea, isn't it?
Yeah, South Korea.
Yeah, doing the tour of South Korea, and it's their first day in training camp there. And it happened and the training camp is in a stadium. So started off right training and all that. Then apparently Conte's literally just told in terms of the drills, to do laps.
She's got to score them.
Go on, Ellen. There you go.
She couldn't miss that one.
Go. See, let's keep slagging off. Finally.
That is unbelievable. 3-0. This is just what a game so far.
This? I would say where was this on a Friday night, but we said it earlier. That's clearly down to nerves, and you could see that it's a complete contrast to the other night.
Yeah, hopefully that'll kick her on there. She rubbed the ball there, but that was poor defending, mate. All on her own. Look at her. That's terrible defending. Look at this.
Win that touch. What was it? Yeah, what was it to do first?
No one there. Where's the left back covering? Nowhere on the picture. Absolutely dreadful. But anyway, fair play. She nicked the ball, stuck it in the back of the net. So let's hope that kicks her on now, and she can start playing better. It'd be brilliant. Look, England on this
again. I'm going for the fourth.
What the hell's going on? Oh, Beth. Unlucky, but poor.
Bloody hell. What's going on?
England are ripping them apart. What's going on? It's brilliant.
Norway defence is all over the place since that first goal.
Beth should have done much better there.
Yeah, she just dragged it, didn't she? But I was saying before Ellen White interrupted us all. Basically, Conte told the players to do lengths of the pitch back and forth. Harry Kane was the first to fall, apparently. There's photos of Harry Kane literally at one end of the pitch, literally receiving treatment on his ankle or something. So it's like, he's literally just gone. And there's the other image is there's like 6 or 7 players at the other end. How many laps later, on their knees, looked like they're about to throw up. Because it was like the midday heat as well in Korea, in Seoul, which was like.
Meanwhile, at the Adidas headquarters in Germany, Arsenal were having the time of their lives, training in
Germany, having a little bike ride to the training ground every day. Back home now. Some of the first teamers are coming back today as well. Partey's back in the training as well today. He's been spotted back there.
Good.
We're all going back to. We're all traveling to the USA on Wednesday. Nice and comfortable.
I really hope that it just blows over with Partey and that he plays in America.
What a save! Their defence has just fallen apart. Literally, I keep saying it, but it has just fallen apart.
They're stunned. They don't know what's going on. Norway. I mean, she should have done better with that as well. I mean, come on, that was the clear chance. We should be 4 or 5 up now.
Goes in the chat saying Ryan and Andrew tell Sam to stop it because now Sam's saying Norway are frigging terrible.
Yeah, Sam's all of a sudden Sam's an England fan again now.
Yeah. Well, what would you think? I don't know. I might as well ask you as well. In terms of an Arsenal perspective, there's rumours today coming out that Erdegaard is going to be named the permanent captain any moment, any day now. Basically, it's going to be officially announced that he's going to be the captain, and that Tierney and Ramsdale will be like the vice captains.
My response ain't going to surprise you, is it? Because I've been talking about it for ages. But
if we talk about it, it's the armband.
He needs to be the captain. Yeah, that's been my first choice for a long time. I think it's just well deserved. Absolutely well deserved. I think he'd be a great choice. Right characteristics. Yeah, right everything, really. I think he's a leader on the pitch. I think he's fantastic. So, yeah, I think it'd be the right choice for me. And, you know, normally before he joined permanently and, you know, going back a year or so, Kieran Tierney was everyone's first choice, wasn't he? But the simple fact that he's only played, 58% of all the games that he could have played, he's played. That's all.
Yeah.
And that sort of says it all, really. That's the only reason against him, as such, that he can't rely on him. So, he plays generally. I know he had a little spell out the team last season, but it was only 2 or 3 games from memory. He's going to play, so I think it's a great shout. And as far as Tierney and Ramsdale being backups, you can't argue with that either, can you?
It makes sense again because obviously Tierney he's had the armband before. He's a good leader. He's very vocal. He's obviously as I say, he's come from the Celtic Academy. He's developed all them sort of skills in the process coming from Celtic. And he's continued. He's clearly one of the main guys at the club nowadays in terms of leadership qualities. And with Ramsdale, that doesn't make sense because of how he's, even though he's only been at the club not just shy of a year, it still wants it. Is that Beth? Go on, Beth, 2-2. Come on.
I'm not being funny, right? This is like Germany, Brazil in the World Cup that time. Germany like up with half an hour gone or whatever. This is like unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm watching.
It ended up 7-1. It was 7-0 by half time or something like that. Something ridiculous.
Yeah. 4-0. 34.
2-2. Come on, Beth. Where was the reason I thought it was a Noggy because the defender was taller than that, massively over height-wise, taller than her. I was just
great.
He didn't even jump. Beth Me doesn't even jump looking at that again. So he just stands in, just guides it in.
Yeah. Norway are just like thinking, what the fuck's going on now? I mean, they're just literally shell-shocked.
I think Sam's going to start looking up Odegaard and captains for the rest of the evening.
This is just shocking. I can't believe what not. I mean, literally, it's like, look at England are first at everything. Norway looked like it's given up. Norway are just jogging around now, thinking, get me off this pitch, I don't want to be here anymore.
The weird thing is, as I say, before the penalty was obviously the penalty for the first goal was given, Norway was in control of the game. Had majority. They weren't doing nothing with the ball. They had all the ball. They were dictating the tempo to start the opening exchanges. We got one attack going forward. Ellen White dived, got a penalty, we scored, and they just, as I say, they did not try to get back into the game. They fluffed it. Did not really try to get back into it.
Ellen White just dived while she had the ball. Then I think she realised, actually, I can't get a free kick when no one's actually anywhere near me. Why do I just throw myself on the floor?
But I was saying about Ramsey. It's just, as I say, I was saying about Ramsey before, about him being one of the backup captains to Odegaard. It makes sense again, because even though he hasn't been there long, he's clearly, as we've seen it game in, game out. You was at his first ever game. You saw it firsthand as well. You mentioned you saw it firsthand, how vocal he was and how demanding in terms of communication-wise to his teammates and all that in his defence.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to have someone like him as a backup if worst case scenario was to happen. Or, for example, Odegaard was given a night off or something for whatever game, a lesser game next season, and Tierney probably injured, more likely, that he gets the armband. Because he'll lead by example and he will be vocal. He won't be backward and coming forward and saying what needs to be said. He got again the goalkeeper, even though he's literally the last man of defence, as people may say, he sees all the game as it plays out. So not only can he organise his defence, he can organise his defence to organise the midfield when the pressure's on us.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, up to
just look at this ball by Beth Mead now. Look.
Yeah.
The defenders
just
watch it trickle past them. They don't do nothing. I mean, fortunately for them, Ellen White was the same. But
words of each other now.
Their manager. Oh, look, Beth's through again.
Oh, go on, Beth. Go on.
Oh my God.
Go on.
Oh, what's the goal, Beth? Oh my God.
Oh my God. What a goal.
5-0.
Well, we've qualified.
I mean, seriously, look at this. I mean, brilliant goal. I'm not taking anything away from the goal, but look at the defending again. She just waltzed around them like they.
She's walked for the defence and the sides.
I mean, this is embarrassing for them. I'm actually almost embarrassed on behalf of Norway. I mean, look, she had a lot to do in the end. Look, but no challenges. I mean, it was a technical goal, but
come on, let's go for the hat trick. They've got a first half hat trick in there as well. Go on, make it 6.
Literally, Norway players, all of them want to come off the pitch and just go home right now, don't they? This is going to get worse because they're just not trying anymore, Norway. I wonder what England's highest ever score is in a major tournament finals.
I think that could happen because as we've seen for the last 10 or so months of Serena since she's come in last September, she doesn't go, oh, you're 5-16 up at half time, take it easy now. She's like, no mercy, go for the kill.
This is what I like though. That's what they're doing. They're not giving up. They're taking their foot off the gas. They're going for it all the time, England. It's great to watch.
I will say I do feel sorry for the Norway fans in that far corner of the pitch on the screen there.
I know, yeah, they must be fuming this performance.
We were meant to be the challenge of the group.
England just straight. Oh no, Kirby through now.
Is this Frank Kirby? Frank Kirby for getting in the net?
Oh, another goal!
There you go.
6-0. Is that offside? That looked a bit suspicious to me.
Check that just to make sure, because obviously she did throw herself in the air, didn't she, to get to the ball? So we'll double check. But it looks like 6-0 for Sam packing his bag, going back home.
That's much better from Ellen White, because that's a goal that she should score from. It was literally
that's her bread and butter. A career.
A few inches out. That was literally a few inches out.
Kirby's
she was there.
Yeah, onside, all counting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Sam saying this is embarrassing for Norway.
That's more like it from Ellen White. That's what I want to see, because she wasn't there earlier on. So, much better.
I never thought I'd say this. England 6, Norway 0.
And it's not even half time.
Oh my God, it's not even 40 minutes yet. It's just over 40 minutes. Just hit the 40-minute mark now. Jesus.
This is just crazy.
Gary's going 10-goal rule.
It's the Arsenal Vision territory. We'll talk to you after England 10, Norway 0.
Bloody hell.
The shame is, when you're doing a watch along like this, you can't listen to the half-time chat. And I'd love to listen to Ian Wright at half-time. And
mate, he must be buzzing.
I know. Exactly.
He's probably filming it, putting it on his Instagram, and he's tweeting literal little clips, especially when the Arsenal girls are doing well. He's probably like,
yeah, definitely. Oh no!
Oh, that's a bit of a noise. Was it Daly who gave it away there, or was that Williams?
No, it was clear. Yeah. Yes.
Look, you know what? At least she did you think that? Oh, well, I've lost it. Give up. Again, it's another thing I've liked about Serena. She drill the players so well that literally they won't just go, "Oh, we've lost the ball." Oh, well, they actually get up and recover the situation and put the pressure on to get the ball back.
There's Jonas.
On us. Oh, mate.
He always looks like he's being told off. His facial expression.
What's going on with me?
His eyes are really wide. He's like looking down. Looks like a naughty boy when he's been interviewed.
I know there's been 6 goals and there's all individual goal scores for 4 of them and all that. But I think Beth has so much fun on that right-hand side of the pitch. So much freedom to do whatever she wants. I think I'm loving it. It's just.
Well, the good thing is for Arsenal fans, obviously, that she's been so far in the first 1.5 games. She's been outshined. She's outshining Lauren Hemp, isn't she?
Yeah. She's
been our best player so far at the moment.
And again, I was saying, because obviously in terms of the night when she scored, when she scored the goal the other night, I said it was right. It's justified that it would be her to score the opening goal of the tournament for England and all that, etc. Because this time last year she wasn't even in.
Oh my God, that should have been 7. How did she miss that?
Again, Beth Mead from the cross.
Yeah.
But again, as I was saying, this time last year she wasn't in. She was out of form. Wasn't in the England squad, and her thing at the start of the season was not just get herself back to form and score goals, etc., and improve her game. It was to get back in the England squad ready for the Euro, so she doesn't miss out this year, and she's not looked back.
I'm not going to knock Ellen White for that one, because she busted up to get there in the first place. It was really nice to see, actually. She was sprinting to get into that position, and she nearly made it. So unlucky in the end.
You've got Colonel saying at least we can bring on the reserves at half time. I don't want to be that cocky. Get a few more goals and bring Nikita on. I think even Nikita would score this time the way Norway defending.
No. The game will just finish 6-0. She comes on to score the goals.
Oh dear, got to laugh.
But the weird thing is that Norway manager, they keep showing him throughout the half. He's done nothing. He's not even been standing there berating his players or anything. He's not made any changes whatsoever. He's completely useless. I mean, that's not what you're there for as a manager, mate. I mean, he could have made it up. He could have changed things around. He could have changed the formation, seen that they're being run through, seen the defence is being ripped to shreds, and made some changes. But he's done nothing. He's just been sitting there looking miserable. That's not what you get paid your money for.
There's a link on the attack here. One sec, Gary. I'll get your comment in a sec. On the attack, because it's Hemp with the ball in.
Just so far.
Yeah. Gary says in the chat, it's a good point actually. The dive, I'll put it up on the screen now. The dive should have pissed them off. It isn't like they don't have a top attacker on their side. Yeah, it should have done. In normal circumstances, we've seen it time and time again. At both men and the women's level, that sort of thing happens. It spurs that team on bit that they've been wronged and they want to right the wrong. Basically, it's just we've been saying that since the second goal went in onwards. Like Norway's defence is just look frail every time we had the ball in attack. But we look like we're going to score every attack we go with.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, it really does look like we could score at will. We've taken our foot off the gas for the last couple of minutes and just knocking it about. But we still look dangerous every time.
Sam's in the chat saying, "Might as well Norway might as well go to the pier and get some Brighton rock."
Yeah.
There you go, half time 6-0. We've qualified with a half to spare.
6-0 at half time. That's just unbelievable.
In a major tournament as well. Again, and you know what? We were talking about Northern Ireland before. At least they can say that they weren't 6-0 down in any of their games so far. They've actually put more of a fight than what Norway have. And obviously, I know Northern Ireland have got to play us on Friday. They could obviously all change, but Norway's a full-time established team compared to Northern Ireland.
I know. If we play like this against Northern Ireland, it'll be double figures easy. It'll
be double figures in the first 10 minutes if we play like this.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise! BBC is concentrating on Ellen White.
I know. Exactly. Because she's a poser.
But she's the only person that scored.
Look at this. They're laughing the reds off.
You know what? I'm going to be naughty actually and turn up a bit.
Because the life is exactly like I said with England. Take the chances, then you get built into the game. We've got such good players. Listen, that's never a penalty for me. But we needed to score early so we could really force the issue on them, and they have not had a chance at closing down. Everything's been magnificent.
The first 15 minutes or so, Jonas, when England were getting so much.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Anyways.
Nothing changed.
Oh, so go through some of the comment. I want one night in Paris to come on. Mate, if she was to come, if Nikita Paris was to come on, with all due respect, and not score in this game, and she's going to United, as a neutral, I'll be worried for United next season because I'm an Arsenal fan. I've seen it all season do waste chance after chance after chance against every single team, pretty much, even like London City FC in the FA Cup third round, etc. So if she was to come on tonight in a free-scoring England team that's scoring for fun tonight so far, if she came on and didn't turn it on, I'd be very concerned. Not sure that's the tournament for England, but just if you're a United fan, you're very concerned. I'm sort of relieved in one sense we got rid of her because it did look at one point we were going to keep her until the last few days when it came out that she was going to them. Obviously, what I don't get. I know she's Liverpool. She's from Liverpool. She's a Scouser and all that, but she's played for Man City. Again, I know it might be perceived different at the women's level and all that, or in general. But to go from play for Man City, you've gone off to Lyon, you've gone to play for Arsenal for a season. it hasn't worked out for you, and you're now going to go to Man United. It's bizarre, but it is what it is. It gets off the books for Arsenal once. So in that sense, I'm relieved in that sense because, as I say, it just didn't work for Arsenal. I mean, in terms of the league, didn't score a single league goal from open play. The only goal she did score was on the penalty spot, the second game to the end of the season, and it was literally a pity that you need to get a goal, get yourself that 50th goal, WSL goal, and all that. So in that sense, I was happy. Even back in the season, I was happy. I was saying that certain players we need that goes like Nikita, So in that sense, I'm like relieved. Looks like we've got rid of her. Got a bit of money for her as well, and because we got her for free, so we've made a profit on that situation. We've got Vivian tied down to a new contract and a few others as well along the way as well. And I think the only one that's Lisa Evans has gone to West Ham, and today Lydia Williams has confirmed she's going back to Australia. I think it's gone to Australia. I think she's going to. I need to double check that, but she's gone for free anyway. We just now need to go out now and get some new fresh eyes and legs into the team before we get any closer to the season. But yeah, my leg is killing me now. Oh, my leg. Yeah, let's talk about Norway. Yeah, I mean, 6 goals, 2 came from bloody Beth Mead as well. I mean, Beth Mead's got 2 goals. I think. Let's have a look. I think she's got these. Beth Mead's got 2 goals, and at least she's got to have 2 assists as well. It's died, of course it has. Let's look at this. Bear with me for a second, guys. I'm going to have another tab. Have a look. See if Sky will tell me on the actual website. Again, there's an again, that could be. You could class me as biased. I don't care. And no people know my thoughts on Jonas. How the season ended and all that. My thoughts on him as a manager. I've got real fears going into next season. Maybe at the moment, it could change obviously, but we'll see. As an Arsenal fan, I'm loving the fact that both when it comes to England games, it's literally Jonas, Alex Scott, and another. And today it's literally like, apart from Gabby Logan, it's an Arsenal fucking punditry lineup. But you compare that to the likes of Sky and ITV, or fucking Channel 4 now, fucking international football, with fucking the BT. Channel 4 got the BT pundits for some bloody reason. I prefer. I'll be honest. I prefer fucking BBC coverage at this moment in time, just because. Teams. I mean that for me at the first, again, you can call me biased. I don't give a fucking shit. For many rival fans, I don't give a shit if you call me biased. But for me, the best goal so far out of the 6 in the first half was Beth Mead's second goal. That was sublime football. I don't care, skill and everything you want from a footballer, and it's just to take the ball and just go, actually, you know what? I can see an opportunity here. Done. Go around with a couple of players and then wrong foot the goalkeeper, send the goalkeeper diving one way and put it in the opposite corner. Oh. So I'm just looking now. Beth Mead's got 1 assist and 2 goals. So she's contributed to half the goals so far in this match. Half the goals she's contributed to. That's mad. Kirby's got 2 assists. Lauren Hemp's got an assist on the goal. Obviously, Emma's got 2 goals, and Georgia Samway got the goal for from the penalty spot. So that's mad. I'll respond to your message, Gary, when Andrew comes back. I'm assuming that's the one about Eddie and his shirt and all that jazz.
I'm back. So's my dog.
Kyle.
Kyle.
Fury saying comeback is still on for Norway in the second half. If Norway score 7 goals now in that with no reply, I'm going to be very pissed off. Colonel, was you living under the rock yesterday? Djokovic, shock horror. He won in 4 sets.
The stupid thing is that Kyrgios ruined it for himself with his attitude, didn't he? Absolutely ruined it. He just started arguing. He was like arguing with his own entourage. Like he kept going on and on and on about something, didn't he? Like about
what was it?
Love 40. You keep why? He's just doing on and on and on. He lost his focus. And at that point, it was 1-1 set, 4 games all. And from that moment, he just collapsed. Not specifically collapsed, but just lost his head and lost the match as a result of it. He could have taken it all the way. He's that good, but his attitude lost in the game. It's ridiculous.
That needs a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, well, I wanted him to win before that, and then I saw that and I thought, no, fuck that. I want Djokovic to win.
No, it was just as I say, he went 1 set up. He won the first set comfortably as well. He started off well from what I was hearing, and then suddenly, my Twitter notifications was going mental about the game, like the tennis match. I'm like, he's lost the plot. He's having a go at this. He's having a go at people in the audience for being too drunk, apparently. And I turned it on. Within 10 minutes, I think it's second, going into the start of the third set. It was.
Is that John Amarisa? Sorry, to interrupt. Is that John Amarisa?
I think it is. He's beefed up, isn't he?
Jesus.
He's beefed up a bit from his playing days.
He looks like a heavyweight boxer now. Look at him.
Maybe a bit more upper, bit of this strength he had. Sorry, if he had a bit more of this strength he had back compared to what he had in the day, might have actually played for a championship-winning club.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Fulham and Liverpool. That was bizarre. When he left Liverpool to go to Fulham, that was bizarre for me. But you barely recognise him now, would you?
No. I just recognise his eyes. Can't.
Yeah.
His eyes.
Going back to obviously, just quickly go back to my thoughts on what was it, Nick? Because as I say, I put the game on. I think it was like the start of the third set. It was 1 set all in the end. Start of the third set. What you're on about is basically when he was trying to hold his serve, and he's literally going. He was 40 love up. And he just about held on to it in the end because Djokovic took him back to juice, and he had to get in, gain an advantage and hold his serve, and he just went. He won his game. He held his serve.
I know.
He goes 6 down and he starts looking over to his box and his friends and family and berating them. What are you relaxing for? I'm 40 love up. Then it's all your fault. Like, the fuck can they do? You're on the court. You're on the bracket.
But he wouldn't leave it. He wouldn't leave it alone. He went on for about the next 2 games as well. And then,
literally,
even when he was playing quite well and he hit a winner, he was shaking his head all the time. He was like, it was really irritating.
You'll do that, or you'll turn around, even when you want to point, you'll turn around directly, especially if he was up at the end where his family was in the box. He turns around to him, and he was still giving him abuse.
I know.
That's the end, by the way, where the royal family was, and that's where William and his son was, the oldest one. I think it's George. Prince George, William and his son George were there. Yeah. And because obviously that was the case, apparently it's come out today that because of that and how abusive he was, even though it was towards other people, he's now been fined by Wimbledon because obviously there's not just obviously William as a kid, there's other kids in there, and he's mouthing off effing and jeffing.
Yeah. It was coming over live. It was coming over quite loud on this. When you were watching it, wasn't he? Every second.
It's just like, bloody hell. There's a woman with a the biggest game of his career so far. It's the first Grand Slam final he's ever been in, and he's just lost the plot. And I know he has his reputation for losing the plot, but it's never been to that level. I've never seen him lose about that level, aside from on the opening game when he was spitting towards the fans at the end of the game.
No, I stand by what I said. I like that kind of fiery player, like we've been missing since John McEnroe. I like it, but he took it too far against, and he ruined. He was the architect of his own downfall, in that match because of it, and that's just taking it too far. It's a joke. It was ridiculous, but I do like that fiery character. But but now I know he's a Spurs fan as well. Now he can do one.
What I found out as well yesterday, he hasn't had a coach like 3 or 4 years. He sacked his coach off a few years ago, never replaced him. It's like he does his own thing of his own accord, basically.
Yeah, he hasn't got a coach.
No, so there's no one there in the background before and after matches coaching him to sort of rein it in a bit, sort of, we're going to get through the game. If things go a bit wobbly, don't worry. This is the mechanisms we're going to put in place for you to cope with that. And it's worse and worse and worse. And there's a clip going around today from an interview he did for Wimbledon a few years back. When he played Andy Murray, about 4 or 5 years ago. And he said, literally, he would stay up all night playing FIFA online all night. He'd be told that he wouldn't. Going out, he'd then stop for a bit, go have breakfast or lunch or tea, whatever, have a coffee, this, that, and the other, and then go back to concentrate. He wouldn't do no practice warm-ups, no nothing. And then literally an hour before the match, that's only when he'd get ready for the actual match. Then he's completely, because he's gone through that entire night and day doing what he was doing, he's doing his own thing. He's knocked himself out. And he got absolutely
See, that's the thing. That's the sort of thing I really would like. Yeah, I like that kind of character in the game. It makes it a lot more interesting. And the talent he's got is undeniable. He could be one of the best players in the world. No doubt about that. But he's going to be getting nowhere as a result of his bad attitude, unfortunately. Because he takes it too far. But England are on the attacking goal straight away.
Second half on the way, by the way. Sorry, guys. We're on the chat. Go on, Kirby. Go on, Kirby. Go on. Pass it back. Well done. Go on, Beth.
England has started very much on the front foot again.
Yeah. Gary, just wrapping up in this tennis situation. Kyrgios always has been teething. Oh, man. Has always been tethering the line. Many thought he would change for the better. Under pressure, I guess not. And he goes on to make a good point about McEnroe before. He says the louder McEnroe got, the better he played. It's not for everyone. And that's the thing with McEnroe. Because he had people around him, he used that anger, that frustration to be just channel into his actual game and actually play some fantastic tennis. Even when he lost his head, he was still playing fantastic tennis and became the guy he became. But he was still able to use that negative, people say negative, that energy to turn it into a positive. Even though he's venting out, he's still using it as a positive in terms of how he's playing.
Yeah, everyone loves a maverick like that. And even though he was, losing his head, he was still playing some great tennis at times yesterday. But if only he could have channeled it to make him like that McEnroe, like what Gary said, to make him play better, it would have been absolutely brilliant to watch, wouldn't it? He could have won that game. I truly believe he had him on the ropes quite a lot yesterday, but it just didn't work, and he just lost his head. So it's a shame, really. But it could be one of those real brilliant, maverick in the game and take himself to the top. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
By by the way, guys, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Absolutely brilliant. Do share the content around on Twitter and all that, and all the usual stuff. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe as well. And yeah, but as I say, it's started the second half. A couple of minutes in, it's all England again. It's like, as I say, Serena's gone in and said, "No mercy, you're going for the kill." You're going to send a message to the rest of your competition now that you're here for the serious challenge now.
Yeah, I listened. I don't know if he had the volume up whilst I was gone. I put the volume up while during that time, and they were just obviously, waxing lyrical about Beth Mead, even especially Jonas. I know she said that if she could be the player of the tournament already, she's playing absolutely amazing. And if what she wasn't already an Arsenal player, you'd be finding out how much she cost.
Yeah. I mean, what 7 goals so far in this tournament in 2 games, and she's contributed to 4 of them.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. But this is perfect because I mean, I already obviously mentioned about Ellen White and Fran Kirby, but they're going to get a lot of good confidence out of this game, and hopefully that's going to lift them for the rest of the tournament as well. Because Fran Kirby's been getting a lot of the ball, and been looking good, so that's only going to be good for England.
Because I think we lost Sam at half time, and he just disappeared. He ain't bothering in the chat now. He's just like, nah, my parent country's being battered. Got Lauren Hemp and Beth. It looks like Lauren Hemp's going to go for it though. In terms of this free kick.
Be lovely for Leah to get on the score sheet.
It'd be fantastic if they actually aimed for. That'd be a fair. That'd be a good start.
Yeah.
Instead of aiming for the fucking Norway defender. I don't know if you saw as well after time they were showing like a little clip, a brief clip of the obviously Austria won earlier against Northern Ireland, and obviously the press conference and all that, and the players came in whilst the manager was having a press conference, and they're celebrating. Even Zinsberger as well, all coming in and celebrating it in such a way like they're actually it's such a big deal for them winning that game because of obviously the significance to it. It gives them a fighting chance going into, especially now the way things going, of qualifying via second. They're celebrating like they've actually won it already.
I know, it's a bit embarrassing, really. It's only, with all the greatest respect, it was only a 2-0 win over Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
It's a bit embarrassing.
It just seemed like that the impression they were getting from the media, like they were going to get absolutely whitewashed in this tournament. So to get that win, even though it gets a part timers, not as you say, they're sort of, as you say, they're just sort of embracing it and milking it for what it is.
Mm.
When at 1-1, they all came in celebrating. Yeah, I think it was only like a couple of the players, Zinsberger being one of them, had a face mask on. It was like, hang on, you've got a face mask on, and you have, but all the rest of you haven't. It's like, what's the point?
No. They're not qualified yet. I mean, if they lose to Norway, then they're out.
Yeah. I mean, we're helping them out with the goal difference, but they've got to do their job first. Unlucky, Beth. Could have had a hat trick there. The ball fell for right there. there's a lot more goals in this. What was that goalkeeping?
I hope we win this half comfortably as well.
Hmm.
I hope it doesn't end up 6-0.
And considering that, again, considering it says that the queue and a lot of questions tonight.
I know. Right. We need these on a Sunday show, people.
Yeah. Do you think we may regret missing out on Harold Hickory? I think we have mentioned this already. You did your
Yeah, we
research.
did.
And you're not really. He's basically. That's what we spoke about this last night on your channel on the Q.
Yeah.
The Q&A for anyone who doesn't know. And basically, you say you've done your research and all that, and basically you come to a conclusion he was no better than what we've already got in Nuno Tavares. He's not quite the upgrade and ready to be a backup, basically.
Basically, I think he's at the same stage as Nuno Tavares, whereby he's young and raw, and he makes mistakes, and he's certainly not the finished article yet. So we won't know if we've missed out for another season or two at least, really, because of that. I mean, who's to say that Nuno can't go ahead and be much better than him at this stage? No one can. No one can say that definitively that that's not going to be the case. And vice versa, he might end up being a world beater, Aaron Hickey. But at the moment, he's certainly not. He's very raw and young, and he wouldn't have been someone that we could rely on week in, week out if Kieran Tierney got another injury. I wouldn't have felt particularly comfortable with him being our permanent left back during that period of time. And I know people feel the same way about Nuno, and obviously I do at the moment as well, because he's still
go on.
not ready. But I'm certainly not giving up on Nuno yet. He's got a lot of developing to do. He's got all the right attributes to be a very, very good player, but he needs to iron out all these different, defensive mistakes that he's making. But I think Aaron Hickey is exactly the same at the moment. So no, I don't think we've missed out right at this time. But he's come to a good club where he's going to learn and develop.
Yeah.
Aaron Hickey.
Stefan saying how many minutes passed, by the way. We are in the 55th minute, I believe. I'll double check now. It's got the
56, I think.
Yeah,
About
check
there.
Seconds.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah. Luca, big up Luca in the chat. Keeping well, a friend. Not having any meltdowns because we haven't signed Tielemans yet.
I'm having a meltdown because it's still 6-0.
We want 12. We want 12.
Close.
Ellen White as well could have had a hat trick there. Is that Ellen White with the last touch? They're showing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets the last touch there, yeah.
I think Minnie Bright put her off there.
She's been taken off as well now. Ellen White's gone off. She's not getting a hat trick tonight. Number 23 is coming on for her.
I think she's not going to be happy.
Oh no, don't be silly. It's like a gold opportunity to get a hat trick tonight.
I know.
Fuck off, you're coming off now.
But Russo, I quite like the look of her. I think she's quite a good player, to be honest.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Sam Greenwood's come on.
Yeah. That's where Sam went. Went to warm up.
And who's coming off? Is it
Kirby?
Yeah, it's Kirby. Yeah, I thought so. That's why I like Ella Toon in her place. I know that Kirby did quite well, and I hope she's got a lot of confidence out of that game. But yeah, she's a really busy player, isn't she, Ella Toon?
Yeah.
Always very, very positive player. Her finishing needs to be improved, but she's only young. I think she's
young. She is developing, but she had a good season last season, so that's the last season. Obviously, she will improve as time goes on. Yeah, and that's a scary as a rival fan, as an Arsenal fan, that's scary because that's one of the players I thought I was saying at the end of last season after we lost the title to Chelsea. I was saying Ella Toon would be someone I'd go after to strengthen our team. She's young for the future. She knows the WS might need time to adapt. She knows what the goal is. I mean, imagine having an attacking foursome of Vivian, Beth Mead, Ella Toon, and Stina Blackstenius as the attacking foursome. Kim Whitmore and all that in midfield.
My jury's still out, like I've already told you before. But
I'm Stina. Yeah, she's got.
I'm looking forward to seeing her develop this season. I really hope she does because
I think
I've got my doubts at the moment.
I think, as I say, I think Vivian Stain is key for her own development as a player as well at the club.
Yeah,
because she took time to adapt in terms of the league wise. She was scoring goals, but again, it was
Marnham's coming on.
The touch of the Walcott in terms of always offside. Here comes Fido. It's game's over, and they bring Fido on now.
Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for her coming on at this point.
Again, it's as I say, it's going like the game's been over for how long, and now they're bringing her on when it's as I say, that's in normal circumstances that's something you bring on when it's like 2-0 and you want to change the game, like get back into the game itself, not when it's 6-0 and game over just for the sake of it.
I think he's just saving some legs now for the next game. To be honest, I think he's just sharing out the minutes now.
But again, as Arsenal fans, we know week in week out. We've seen a week in week out for the club the last couple of years. We know how pissed off she'll be now with the manager doing that to her.
Yeah, she's another really good player. I'm looking forward to seeing develop. She's very, very young. She's only 22 or something like that. So she's going to turn into to become a very, very good midfielder. She is.
Oh, here we go.
Another chance for Beth there.
A hat trick.
It wasn't an easy chance, let's put it that way. But
no, it wasn't. It wasn't easy. I said another chance for it.
She was in the right place, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I love that football, by the way. It's one of the nicest footballs I've seen, right? It's really cool, right? It's got the bit of the. I know it's a Nike ball, I think, but it's got a bit of the Adidas tangos about it for me.
And Stefan, I'm not going to say this again. I've said this how many times in the last 12 months. Beth has a type, and we are not that. Every man in this country, in this world, will never be in her type. Take the hint now.
No, I like Beth, obviously, but it's Leah Williamson all day, every day for me. I know that we're not her type either, but I can't. It doesn't stop me admiring Leah Williamson.
Oh, of course, admire him, but you don't. Okay, yeah. Also, I think Daniel van der Donk have something to say about that as well. Just saying. Oh dear. Don't stop me imagining. As long as you're just imagining it like, in your head, and you're not gonna fucking pester her and start serial stalking her. That's okay. As long as you don't go into stalking mode, we're good. I'm just giving you a heads up.
I have to stop myself going into stalking mode with Leah every day, but I've just about managed it.
Oh yeah.
Come on, we ain't scored for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. What's going on?
Oh, what is it with this tournament and people doing the Mexican wave and all? Come on, that's so 1980s.
We don't even do that to Everton anymore. Come on, guys, get to the times.
Generally, you only do it when the game is really, really boring.
Hmm.
Keep yourself occupied. The cameramen don't need to keep showing it either, as if it's something brand new all the time. Yes, we have seen it before, mate.
I think that 200 times plus. Move on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, well done. Go on. Pass it, Georgia. Then again.
Oh, right far wide.
Skimmed. Oh, dear.
Yeah, this game is in danger of just petering out. Yeah.
We were talking about at the start of the second half that we were showing no mercy, like getting in their faces straight from the off. Go on. He didn't fall the right way we wanted it to fall.
Yeah,
And
damage limiter.
we've got the ball, we're just doing nothing with it now in the final third. We're just like, okay, if it goes in, it goes in. But apart from that, we've won the game.
Norway have obviously regrouped at half time and gone into damage limitation mode.
Yeah.
And England are just thinking, well, game's won anyway. But we do show like some tackling intent, but not quite the same. So we just dropped down a couple of gears. We need to go up a couple of gears again.
This is again, you're asking questions and it's not a Q&A, guys. Come on. These are questions we need for actual Q&A shows. Over the course of their careers, who was better, Henry or Luis Suarez? That's an easy one. Come on.
Yeah, ask a proper question.
In terms of his entire career, the guy won the World Cup when he was 18. It was 18 or 19, whatever it was, back in '98. He was part of the World Cup squad that won that. He went on to win the starter for the Euros 2 years later. There we go.
Russo.
7-0. Easy peasy.
That's good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, did you even jump for that? Again, it's like Beth Mead just stood there, the ball just landed on the head. That's all she did, just guide it into the goal.
That'll do her some good as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give you my answer in a second. You know my answer, but I'll give you I'll continue my justification for my answer in a second, Colonel. To go up the scoreboard. If I look at again, did he actually jump for it though? Obviously, little hop. Basically.
Not much.
No.
Not much.
Just enough to sort of get a help to it. Yeah.
She showed her strength, really, didn't she? She was not going to get beaten to that ball.
But yeah, in terms of justifying my answer about Henry, just in terms of you're talking about their whole careers. I mean, Henry wins a World Cup as a kid. Again, it's a big major part of starter for the Euros and all that. What was that? He wins 3 league titles at Arsenal. He's time at Arsenal, FA Cups. He won 3 or 4 of them. He won a Champions League at Barcelona. He won the La Liga title there. He went to MLS, won the title over there. And he just had a more, not just dignified career, but he doesn't bite people either. Doesn't fancy eating people for dinner and all that on the pitch. I used to, again, as an Arsenal fan growing up as a kid, when he was at Arsenal, I used to love the Nike adverts. We used to get the ball run through the house in the front yard and back in the house and go to fucking basically stop in front of a door, stand on the ball, twist on the ball, open the door. It's like Man United. He's like, oh fuck, I've got to run now.
It's brilliant.
Like, oh, was it the Vavavoon adverts as well? Like, Bobby, like, pretending to run Perez. Like, what's the offence with
Yeah,
Vavavoon?
still doing it as well. Still doing the old Renault adverts, isn't he?
Yeah.
But she's an Arsenal. Which she's a player I'd love Arsenal to get. Hegerberg. She's a proper good striker. She is.
Colonel says Suarez's late career, to be fair, has been better. Like, again, you're saying career. When you say career, I'm including international football here. What has he done for his? What did Suarez ever achieve at an international level for Uruguay? Apart from
he saved the goal on the line, and
apart from that moment in 2010. That's it. In terms of silverware, though, he's not won anything in terms of the Copa America or anything like that. Not even got close. He's not. At least with. I mean, you in that sense, and you say Sanchez has a better career in Suarez than in that sense. Because at least with Alexis Sanchez, he carried his team back-to-back years over the line to get the Copa America and things like that.
Lauren Hemp's come off.
Yeah, I've seen that now. So he's gone off. And let's see who came on, actually. Who came on?
Chloe
Kelly, yeah. I still demand 12 goals. I want us to get 12 goals tonight. 1-7. With 20 minutes to go. It's possible. No mercy. Send a message. And again, when you consider we played Norway, also in terms of I think they're now qualifying group for the World Cup, and we only just beat them. What was it, 1-0? 1-0 last time out.
Yeah, exactly. This is, I mean, before the game started, I said this is going to be a really, really tough game because Norway, and I was justified in saying so because Norway are a very, very good side. This is just such a freak result. It's an unbelievable performance by England in the first half. It's just shocking, really, how bad they've been.
Oh, Lucy Bronze.
Oh.
Unlucky. Stefan, Luis Suarez had a lot of bite to the Uruguay attack. Yeah, just a tad. That's quite literally, yeah. Just ask Chiellini. Yes, Stefan, Norway. In terms of the group itself, when this draw was made, Norway was deemed as the tougher game in the group. When the draw was made, and as I say, we just played them recently in qualifying for the World Cup for next year. We only just beat them. We did 1-0 or 2-0, something like that. So they're a decent team, and we've played them recently. They've given us a game and a half in that previously. It's just today, for whatever reason, as soon as that penalty was given, they just dropped their heads, and every time we've attacked with any purpose or intent, we've looked like scoring. And they've just got conceded every time.
Yeah, we just collapsed after that. Penalty, and we just started ripping them apart. We've got two of the best players in the world, like Sam said earlier on. And
yeah,
they're an excellent side. It's why it's such a surprising result so far. Well, go on.
Again, go on. Chloe Kelly on it. Go on.
Oh, yeah, gotta be.
Go on, Beth. Go on. Oh.
God, that was such a good chance as well for 8. Oh, and again, come on.
Go on, Beth. Go for that big goal. Unlucky. The ball get out of the feet, would it?
No. The first one was the best chance, though.
Yeah.
It's a great ball by Chloe Kelly there, and that should have gone in. Who was that? That was Russo.
Yeah.
But it should really inject, another gear into the game by bringing on Toon and Chloe Kelly and stuff, because they've got a point to prove. They want to start the next game.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with it now being obviously we're going to qualify. We have qualified now because of results and all that. We're going to Spain. It's obviously they are going to want to start that next game, the likes of Chloe Kelly and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
that was nice. Unlucky. She's a really bright.
It's a chance for them to put a stomp in and give themselves a shout for the first knockout game.
Oh!
Crossbar.
Leah Williamson hit the crossbar.
Boom.
Oh, Leah. Oh no, it wasn't. It's Sam Greenwood, sorry.
Greenwood, yeah. And then Lucy Bronze followed up with a shot straight to Goldie.
Oh, God. It was only unlucky that was. I mean, she's got a massive point to prove as well, losing a place. She's always been an England regular. Greenwood, so she's lost her place to Rachel Daly, isn't she?
Yeah.
That beat the goalkeeper all hands up, that had. She had no chance with that.
A few more subs for Norway. 14's going off, 13 coming on with
Hegerberg's going off. It's a bit of a shock.
Mm.
Mind you, she's not had a kick. They've not had a shot on target. England have had 11 on target last time it came up on the screen, and they've got none. It's unbelievable. That's how dominant England have been. And Graham's come off. They're two best players. Two of the players that we said, Graham Hansen and Hegerberg, who are quite right up there as two of the best players in the world, they've just taken them off. But at the end of the day, they're 7-0 down. They're saving their legs for the next game.
That's a corner, wasn't it? All right.
Oh, well done.
Go on. Pass it. Yeah, well done. Oh, got a throw in though. It's a throw to us. They kicked it out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What a nightmare.
Oh, bloody hell.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's got a yellow card for that, quite right. And all, she's only just walked on the pitch, she has.
The way the ref was running over, the way the ref was running over, she was getting the red out.
She's kicked out as well when she was on the floor.
The aftermath of it all. So, as I say, the way the ref ran over, like she's going to get the red.
Well, she's lucky, she is. She's going to be on the pitch a minute.
Norway get battered everywhere they go.
She's really lucky. VAR could have looked at that, couldn't they? And overturned that yellow.
Yeah.
My dog's eating a miniature football at the moment.
Hang on, how's that?
Look, the state of this miniature football. Look.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It looks like that flower out of Little Shop of Horrors, look, with the tongue.
Yeah, little. Yeah, there we go.
It's all over my floor. I have to clear that up later. Bits of leather everywhere.
Oh dear. So. Oh.
But it's been quiet, so I ain't moaning.
What's the heat like where you are, Ryan? I've got a fan blower right in front of me and can hardly feel it. There's no point when it comes to fans. I say this now. When you're in if you're in the UK and you're using a fan in this heat, it's pointless because all it is literally just putting more heat out of them.
I have to disagree. My fan's been a godsend today. So since I finished work this afternoon, but the key is to shut your windows and doors to keep the heat out. Because when it's hotter outdoors than it is indoors, you need to keep the heat out. That's what double glazing is.
What I do is I've
got the fan on full blast. It's been a godsend. It's absolutely beautiful.
What I do is literally first thing in the morning, when I get up in the morning, have my coffee and all that, open all the windows, but you close all the curtains so it darkens the room so that the natural light doesn't come in and.
Yeah, that's not the best thing to do. Honestly, I know it sounds weird, but you need to keep your windows and doors closed.
It's worked for me. It has worked for me actually so far. Again, have you got breeze where you are though? That might be the reason why your fan's obviously been working. Because if you don't, depending where you are with the heat, if you're not getting no breeze, it's just pure heat. I don't find the fans work.
Yeah, well, mine's been really nice and cool today. I've got one of those tower fans. I've had to turn it down. I've had it on the highest level all day. I've had it on 1 to 3. I've had it on 3, but because of this watch along, I've put it down to 1, so it's less noisy. But it's still blowing on me now, and it's just lovely.
Jill Scott's coming on.
That's good for her to get a run out.
Yeah. George Stanway went off as well, and that's Thursday's calling for.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you know the Tour de France is on terrestrial TV this year? It doesn't seem to be on RTV4. It usually is. I don't know actually. I'll look into that for you, and I'll let you know. Via the community post. It
was on Channel 4 for years, wasn't it? Before.
Yeah, and then RTV took it for a while. Well, go on.
Oh, yes, yes, that's me, hat-trick. Get in. Yes.
It's 8-0, but Bethany gets the hat-trick. There's been 9 goals in this competition. She's contributed to most of them. 4 goals, 2 assists in 2 games. I'm sorry. She stands out. I mean,
more than that, but
what a year she's had, and
unbelievable. Golden boot, here we come.
Yeah, give it a boot now.
Told you one of the best players in the world, and she's showing it.
To be fair to Bev tonight, she's had a couple of chances to get the hat-trick in the second half. She deserves it.
Oh, 100%. It's good to be fair to the goalkeeper for once. It was actually quite a good save, but she was there at the right place at the right time. Yeah. I could hear myself coming back. That's annoying.
On my end. Well, it's got 9 minutes plus injury time to go. I still want my 12. Got 4 more.
Anyway, who was it asked about the weather? Because I don't know if it's Dave. No, but it's supposed to be, Stefan, in the 40s at the weekend. It could tip over 40 degrees, which in my lifetime I've never known in the UK. No. I think it'll be a record. Yeah, it will be a record.
It will be a record. I think at the moment, I think the record currently stands around 31, 32.
No, it's about 37. I think is the record. I heard on something like that. I don't know when that was, but 37. is the highest ever recorded in the UK. So if it goes above 40, forget it. All of the rail infrastructure and all the road infrastructure will just collapse in this country like it always does. If you get like a millimetre of snow, everything grinds to a halt.
Go on.
If it gets that hot, that's a tune again. I told you about her finishing, didn't I? She's had 2 or 3 chances in this game. But yeah, if it gets that hot, all the rails will buckle on all that railway. All the roads will disintegrate because all the tar will melt.
Yeah, it's just pure heat.
The whole country will grind to a halt. You watch. But that was literally an open goal. I can't believe she's missed that. That's definitely something she needs to improve on, the goal scoring, finishing. Jesus Christ, he's really ripping that ball to pieces now.
That's what I'll just take it off him while he chokes on it.
No, but it's keeping him quiet and occupied, so that's fine. I'd rather just clear it up afterwards. He's having a good time, that's it. I had to wash him this morning because he rolled in a load of crap down the park, which was not pleasant at all.
No.
So he had to have a bath.
I was saying about the heat as well. What the weekend if it gets to them levels, anyone that travels on them bloody on the underground and all that, they're gonna fucking roast in them bloody in the actual train carriages. They're gonna roast in.
I know.
No aircon. This is the thing in the UK. In terms, if you're traveling on an underground, before you go underground, guys, there's no aircon whatsoever. If there's that sort of heat, you are fucked. Because by the time you do go underground, it is so hot, the actual container itself, that it won't cool down at all. You will melt like you wouldn't believe.
Well, if it's going to be like 38 or 39 degrees on Friday, because I get my kids, obviously, as you know, like Thursday afternoon, and I'll take them to school on Fridays. If it's going to be 38 or 39 degrees or whatever, there's no way I'm taking them to school on that day. Because again, schools, universities, colleges, none of them have got aircon.
The facilities, right?
If they've got any sense at all, any businesses that can close should close, and schools should close on that when it gets to that heat in this country, because it's just not fair otherwise. And the bad thing for me is that my aircon in my car needs regassing as well. It's not working properly, so it's absolutely nightmare in the car when your aircon ain't working. Jeez, I've got to get that booked in. I'm just saying, my aircon in my car don't work either. It needs regassing.
Yeah, I remember saying that last night. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so stifling. Got all the windows down, and that making no difference at all. Free kick in a dangerous area, is it?
I say so. Look like the person over it. Yeah.
Frida gave it away.
Depends on who they've got standing over it. Beth and Greenwood.
Alex Greenwood, yeah.
Leah's told her to walk away.
To be fair, Greenwood's really good at free kicks, and she's with the left foot, but it's more of a right-footed position.
Yeah.
So I think Beth should take this one. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. No, it's Greenwood. Oh, she's just wide.
It's over, yeah.
Not a bad effort.
have a look from this angle. There we go.
Oh no, it was just close to the top corner. Good effort.
Oh my god.
Nice for Beth to get the full 90 though, so she got her hat trick.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, she's got to get player of the match as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
She's got a hat trick and 2 assists in this game. It's like that's what you asked for.
Go on.
Oh, go on, go.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky.
Again, she was there though, right in the box.
Go. Oh, bloody hell.
She's always in the right place, Beth. It just couldn't quite. It's like a gather slide, but it could get led to it.
Zane ball. F.
I think she don't want to know because it's already 8-0. She thinks that they've had enough pain. I wonder how much you would have got odds-wise on an 8-0 England win. It must have been massive. Well, all the other teams I mentioned before kick-off who've been looking better than England so far.
We've got 3 minutes injury time. There we go.
So all the other teams that I mentioned before kick-off that had been better than England so far in this tournament, they're all going to be shaking their heads in disbelief at this performance because we've just been blown everyone else out of the water. No one's going to fancy playing England. Oh. It's good though that we didn't just sit back this half. We've gone for more goals. Where's Ryan gone?
Sorry about why the internet decided to turn itself off. Leave me. I don't know what happened there.
How rude.
Oh no.
Well, 30 seconds left of added time so far at the moment. and England's still pushing forward. It's really nice to see. I was just saying when you went, it's nice that at least they've not sat back on that lead this half, as we were worried about. They've gone forward and tried to score more goals, haven't they?
Yeah. That's poor.
I don't think she's going to add on much more over the top of this. Yeah.
There we go. Full time whistle's gone.
8-0.
England win 8-0. We'll qualify now for the next round.
Hat trick for beautiful Beth.
Yeah. It's got to be getting. It's got to be playing a match.
Yeah.
Again. Oh dear. As I say, we qualified for Game Spare, so now we can literally rest some players with Friday in mind against Northern Ireland and mix it up a bit, maybe.
Well, we've got to make sure we win we've got to, unless thing is we're not guaranteed to win the group yet because
No.
Norway could go and spank Northern Ireland by a lot of goals. As long as they play a lot better than they did tonight, obviously. But they've got the quality to beat Northern Ireland convincingly.
You'd expect them to. You would expect Norway to beat Austria and all that, yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, I've got it completely wrong.
Yeah, because we got Northern Ireland next.
Oh, yeah, ignore me. We're playing Northern Ireland. So, yeah. You can always edit that bit out. That'd be great. Yeah, no, it's us. Yeah, we are definitely going to beat Northern Ireland, so we should win the group.
I think our goal difference now. I think there's no way. I know. Northern Ireland could maybe cause a shock, maybe, and get a draw or something. And I think it's unlikely based on this performance, but you never know. But there's no way we can't. I don't think our goal difference now is too superior now.
I think we've put out our second team against Northern Ireland, and we'll still win quite convincingly.
Yeah. I'm in 2 minds either to keep starting Beth or not now. The form she's in.
You got to. I mean, she's going after the Golden Boot. Obviously, she must be big favourite for the Golden Boot already. 4 goals after 2 games.
Yeah.
She should be well disappointed if she's left out.
Yeah,
but she might come on last half hour, maybe. Might rest her start. I'll give her half an hour at the end of the game.
Oh my God. Colonel saying Sam rang up the Norway team at half time and threatened to show him his areas, so I say.
Didgeridoo.
So they sharpened up. Oh dear.
Yeah, they obviously had a bit of a rethink at half time, tried to, like I said, damage limitation.
Yeah.
But we still found another couple of goals, so that's really good, really promising.
And we could have if we were a bit more clinical in the second half. We could have hit double figures, put it that way. That's how dominating we were. We did, as you say, we didn't let up, and we just kept going, kept plugging away. And as you say,
Is Serena Wiegman the best man the world's ever seen? That's what I want to know.
We went after her for she's a massive mate. I'd rather have her as England manager than Phil Neville in this situation.
I'd rather have her than manager than Gareth Southgate, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's true. Oh dear. But I say now. Oh dear. Oh, gone. It's gone. Completely gone.
Yeah, Beth Mead, honestly, on this form, she's genuinely one of the best players there is around. It's so hard to stop. She cuts inside, she goes outside, she can shoot with both feet. It's just so good. But she's so positive as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, remember I said in the past about how she reminds me of Emile Smith-Rowe, the way she plays football. Like the way she turns and she's immediately off towards a goal, straight
Yeah.
away, dribbles towards a goal and causes havoc. But she can take on players on the left, goes on the outside, cuts in beautiful crosses. She's just got everything. So she could be the key to us winning this whole thing on this form. Yeah.
Well, I've said it already in this stream. I said it before. The fact that this time last year she was nowhere near the English squad. She's fallen out the squad and all that. To turn it around once she has is fantastic.
Yeah. I'm just listening to what she's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so she literally can't believe it. They all seem in a bit of shock about how it's gone today, really. I don't think in their wildest dreams they would have dreamt of like an 8-0 win against this Norway side.
No.
Crazy stuff.
As I say, up to when it was literally 0-0, Norway had all the ball. They were dictating the tempo of the game in that sense. It's just that one moment went against them. Even right to the half time, it wasn't a pen thing. It went against them anyway. They just never. It just fell apart.
Yeah, all three of them, didn't they? Said it wasn't a pen.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to wrap things up now. Obviously, go and cool down now and all that jazz. That'll be fun. And I'll be back on Friday for the England, the last group game of the group space against Northern Ireland. Andrew, I think he's got his kids, so I don't know if he'll be available for that. So I'll just play it by ear on that side.
Yeah, I'll let you know, mate. Yeah.
So I think now, and then literally Sunday, you've got a triple bill of content. You've got obviously mine and Andrew's weekly Q&A. This week I'm hosting, so that'll be around 5:30, 6 o'clock UK time. Literally, as we finish that, we'll be going live again not long afterwards for Mike's Q&A quiz. That's coming back for the summer, starting next Sunday. You've got the judges. Don't know if we're back at Wonderland, Liam Kennedy already booked in for that. We've got a few people, still got a few spaces to fill on that, so let's sort that out. And then a couple of hours later, you've got the watch along from the first watch along of the USA tour against Everton, which will be fun. Gary sort of co-hosting with me. I say co-hosting, he'll be hosting. I'll be sort of like here going, yay, falling asleep, but I'll be here in spirit. If I've not melted away by then with all the heat. And yeah, until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, guys. And I'll see you on Friday around the same time, 7:45 kickoff. Before we'll go live 7:45, 15 minutes before kickoff. And yeah, as always, enjoy the rest of your time, and we'll see you soon. As always, at the Arsenal, and come on, England, come on.
England, come